Bonjour à tous! Avant de commencer cette vidéo, je vous invite à activer les sous-titres pour avoir la traduction en français. Bonne vidéo! Bonjour à tous, c'est Estelle de Farming Together. Bienvenue dans ce nouvel épisode en Hollande. J'arrive ici au nord d'Amsterdam. On va rencontrer Martin Niemink qui est un entrepreneur de travaux agricoles, mais il est spécialisé dans la production de tulipes. Et sa petite particularité, c'est qu'il est aussi passionné d'enduro. Il a fait 2 fois le Paris-Dakar. Donc on va discuter de tout ça avec lui.
Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Welcome in Cohore. Yeah, because of the corona.
Yeah.
It is cold outside.
Thank you.
Come in. Thank you.
So can you speak about your company, about the tulip?
Yeah, I'm an agricultural contractor. My grandfather was a contractor, my father was a contractor, but I'm specialized in growing tulips for farmers.
How many time it needs to develop the tulip between the time you put in the...
we grow the small tulips on the clayey soil, and that gives the tulip extra power. And then a year later, the tulips will be an 8 or a 9, that's the measure, and they will grow it on the sandy soil, and then it will grow, and then it's a sellable tulip for customers to buy.
Okay.
So it takes 2 years to get from a small tulip to get a big one.
Okay. And what about the cost of this production?
The cost, I think it's for a farmer it will be 50,000 euros, maybe sometimes 70,000 euros. But there are tulips coming up. They are so beautiful, I think even more beautiful than roses. It's special Dutch, I suppose. Yeah.
So you said 50,000 is a very big value of this production?
Yeah. Last year we got lots of rain, and some tulips they drowned. So there were a lot of farmers, but they didn't make money because the risk it's terrible, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And most of the production is going to outside the country?
Yeah, there is lots of export, and export to America and to China. They want to have tulips, and it's not allowed to have soil on it.
Yes.
So they have to wash the tulips. It's lots of work and lots of risk, because after the washing, the tulips can get sick of bacteria or whatever. So. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm a contractor because for me it's too much risk to grow tulips. I'm not a farmer. Yeah. I love the mechanical stuff, you know. Improving machines. We do a lot of inventing to get the machines better and better, and we do that together with the factory. And when you do that a lot, you get friends, you know. Yeah, it's beautiful. Shall I show you the machine?
Perfect.
Okay, we'll open the door. Yeah. This is the planting machine. We plant the tulips between nets. It's like a potato net. The tulip is is growing inside, and it will grow like this, so it can be very thick, you know.
Okay.
But it's special made, and it's very expensive. It's about 1,700 euros per hectare.
Okay.
Only the nets. And when we plant them, it goes inside over here. It goes down to the ground, and then the soil is getting on top. And when we harvest them, we will get the net out of the ground, and it's the opposite way as we plant them.
And which months you plant the tulip?
We plant them in October, November.
Okay.
And then we prepare the soil with the machine to get the soil perfect. And then we plant them, and then in February we use the fertilizer, we spray the fertilizer.
Okay.
And now we are starting to get we are starting the raining machines giving water, because this area of Holland, 60 kilometers above Amsterdam, it's always in May the driest part of Holland. In July or August we will harvest the tulips. June, July.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally at the end of April or in beginning of May, the tulips will give a flower, and then we cut the flower off, because the energy is going to the flower. And when we cut the flower off, the energy will go to the tulip, and you get a bigger tulip. So that's why Holland is mostly beautiful for 2 weeks. Yeah. So then here we have the harvesting machine. This is the net on top, and there is one under. The auger removes the ground on top. So there is a small layer of ground on top and a small layer under the net. And then it goes up. And the ground will fall, which is under the net will fall down. And on top it's going, in Dutch it's a trommel. It's going over this trommel. And then the soil is on top, it's gone. And then only tulips and nets are going up. And then the tulips are going straight to the back in the box. And when it's in the box, it's for the farmer. Yeah.
What about the yields?
The yield,
yields.
okay, yeah. We plant about 10 tons of tulips, and you harvest 20 tons, 25. It's not a lot, and it takes 2 years to grow a small tulip to get a big one who is sellable, which will give a flower. So it's not easy. You have to invest as a farmer a lot of money, and it takes a long time to get the money out.
That's why the cost is high.
Yeah, yeah.
And you use the spreader also for tulip?
Yeah, yeah. I did not know that it was so easy to use this machine. Yeah, unbelievable. I was the first guy in Holland who bought a Sulky Ekenhof. I wanted to have the Ekenhof because of the sections and the fertilizing in the tulips. You have to do it very, very good. And now with I got the first one, I got 2 sections. This is my 3rd machine, then 6, and now it's unbelievable that they can do 12. It's brand new, but I have to test it. But I think I will be amazed again. I bought the Sulky and it was a leader. And I want to be a leader in tulips in my machinery, a leader as well. So this machine, it fits like a glove. Maybe we can jump in the car and go to the field and see the tulips growing alive. Come on, let's go. Yeah, it's called. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You take that part. Yeah. So this is how we want to have it. We always say the tulips has to look like sugar on the table.
And
when you have a hand of sugar and you throw it on a table, that's
so
perfectly
perfect.
spread, like fertilizer with the soggy. But when you look, everywhere is a tulip. And when there are 2 or 3 tulips very close together, one will grow good and the other 2 will do nothing.
Yeah,
you know,
honestly.
they will grow less. So this is a perfect site. Yeah. And this, you see, those are very small. Sometimes you see a flower.
Okay. So after this flower will be cut?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But now we are 2 weeks later as normal because of it's cold. And the year before it was warm and it was perfect. Then you will see all the flowers, but yeah, this is what it is. So.
Okay.
And the here before it was wheat was growing, and we prefer to have grass because when you have grass on the soil, the tulip, yeah, it feels better. Maybe it's a kind of stuff in the ground, but yeah, it's not perfect wheat.
Okay.
But yeah, it will be good enough. I give them some extra fertilizer
And after the tulip, what will you see in this?
Yeah, how do you call it?
A cover crop?
Yeah, cover crop. Yeah, cover crop. And then afterwards they will plant next year potatoes or seed potatoes.
Okay.
In this region, lots of seed potatoes.
Okay. So there is a 3 production in the rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
good.
Maybe we can go somewhere and show you the flowers, how they grow.
Okay. Yes,
the flowers.
Perfect.
Yeah. That you will love that. Okay, this is Mr. Van der Hoek from Vitanova. I grow tulips from him, the bulbs, and he makes the flowers.
Okay, hello.
So, yeah, sorry Rick.
Yeah, hello, welcome.
Thank you. So can you explain what they're doing? Is the harvest?
We are harvesting tulips for the flower market in Holland. It's a cut flower. We do the bulb production with Martin Jimmink, and now we are harvesting the flowers, let's say for next week's Mother Day, and that's what we do here. We do it inside in the glass houses, and this is the last part of the season, and we do it outside to have a longer period of production.
And everything is harvested by hand?
Yeah, everything is reversed by hand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of handwork.
A lot of job,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do that every day, once a day. We harvest them, and that takes about 1 week when we are ready with one line.
Okay. And how you organize for the different color and different type of tulip?
Yeah, we plant in every warehouse. We plant 5-6 colors, and they are more or less the same length and the same time of production. And I have an Excel sheet, and I try to be every week with the same varieties in the same colors in the auction with a mix of colors.
Okay.
Afterwards, when they are ready with harvesting the flowers, they are ready. Then they put it here on the pallet, and they go with the tractor to the factory, let's say factory, and there they make bunches of it, and they prepare it on buckets to go to the auction tonight. They're leaving this evening, and tomorrow morning they are on the auction. And let's say tomorrow evening it can be in France or in New York, I don't know, but it can be all over the world.
Thank you. So it's perfect for my garden. I can plant it in my garden in France.
No, I'll buy take good ones. It's better.
Ah, okay.
It's too difficult. You have to prepare it very special, and
okay. Too bad.
Come in the summer and take new bulbs. That's much better.
Okay. I will come back.
Okay.
So this is the trip. This is Holland.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Thank you.
So before leaving, could you speak about the Paris-Dakar? You did 2 times.
Yeah. One time I finished in Peru, and it was a dream. 35 years when the image were on the television. I told my wife, I said to my wife, I want to do the Dakar. So in 2019 I did the Dakar in Peru, and it's a very, very special. I finished the Dakar. I was the oldest Dutchman ever on a motorbike who finished the Dakar, so I'm very proud. And the year after I did the Dakar in Saudi Arabia, and then I fell, and my bike fell on my back, and then I broke my my back. So. But I'm still walking and still working. Yeah, it's not really a problem. I'm there, but a few years older.
You're really positive when you speak about that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so special, the Dakar. And my story is when you have a dream, you have to live your dream. Do it. Don't wait till you're dead. Just do. You can't do every dream you have in your life, but a few dreams you have to live your dream. Do it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I have to leave now.
Yeah, I wish you a very good trip home. Take care, stay safe, and maybe we meet again.
No problem.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Merci d'avoir suivi cet épisode en Hollande. J'espère qu'il vous aura plu. Je vous donne rendez-vous dès samedi prochain. Et en attendant, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner à la chaîne Farming Together et surtout de partager cette vidéo pour nous aider à défendre les valeurs de l'agriculture.